we sit here and we say, 40, it's a straight line number. We'd love to see it. We love breaking these down, and here's a look at the fastest 40s. Desmond Ridder there at a 4.49, blowing the doors off the thing. But Kenny Pickett also raising some eyebrows with an impressive 4.67. All right, we're here in Indy with our draft expert, Ryan Wilson, and the QB room. We got our guy, Danny Cannell, joining us remotely, as well as Brady Quinn here to break things down. Gentlemen, let's keep it quarterback here to start, because Kenny Pickett, he's been a big part of the conversation, the hand measurables. We're going to see him spin it here in a little bit, but puts a number down there on the 40 that did impress some people, Brady.
Really impressive. I will say this, though. There's two numbers we're looking at as a quarterback as far as 40 time. If you're below a 4.5, 4.55-ish, that range, okay, that basically demonstrates the fact that you can run some zone read schemes and be really, really effective. If you're above that number, you're kind of more around the average. Now, if you're above 5.0, that's a problem. I mean, you're basically a statue back there in pocket. So those are the kind of the two numbers you're looking at. At the 4.67 range, he's obviously more on the athletic side. And I think, in pass plays, things break down. He can take off and run and hurt you. We've seen that throughout the course of his career. The number that wowed me was Desmond Ridder at a 4.49. I didn't think he was that fast from watching tape on him this year.
No, that's exactly right. And it's funny you mentioned the cutoff in terms of running the outside zone stuff. Just don't look at my paper. What did Josh Allen run at the combine?
I think he was in the 4.6s.
4.75.
Really?
Patrick Mahomes 4.8.
Wow.
So the thing is, when you watch that playoff game, they didn't look like they were having trouble running away from guys. But here's the other thing, Joe and Brady. You say to yourself every time before the combine starts, don't fall in love with the numbers. Yeah. But I see Kenny Pickett running 4.67. I'm like, okay,
we love the numbers.
That changes things. Yeah. And at the end of the day, it probably doesn't. We saw him play. He played plenty fast when he got out on the edge and showed the athleticism. But maybe, as Brady notes, there's more of that to come because we didn't know he could run this fast.
All right, let's allow ourselves to be prisoners of the moment here and chew on these numbers for a bit. DK, when you see that number, when you take in Pickett, does this change your opinion of him in any way?
No, I think it's just a reaffirmation of where I had him all along. As the top quarterback coming out. And the style of play, the system he was in, was the most probably NFL-like that you would see at the collegiate level with Mark Whipple, their offensive coordinator, and moving the ball down the field. But we saw some of the athleticism. I mean, remember the fake slide play where he had an incredible run that they had to, really start implementing that rule and saying, hey, we can't have this happening out there. But I think it just kind of illustrates, hey, he can do more than just be a prototypical statue in the pocket. If he gets in trouble, he can buy enough time to get out of trouble. But like these guys are talking about too, he's not going to be running RPO schemes. It's just not who he is. To be honest with you, I was still more worried about the hand size. And I hate this even discussion because I don't think it matters. But the fact that he's using gloves while he's throwing, and it's 8.5, the smallest hand, we haven't seen that size since Mike Vick was drafted, 20 years ago. And you combine that with a poor Senior Bowl performance and the fact that he's wearing gloves in Indianapolis, that to me is probably more concerning than anything. But you got to just throw in the tape is always what I remind myself. But then you look at the fumble numbers and those are a little bit elevated as well. So I think it's a fascinating evaluation of Kenny Pickett and just the totality of all these numbers and data coming our way.
I mean, I expect him to wear gloves. He wore gloves throughout college. I mean, he wears 2 gloves. That's what he does. I mean, we call him Kenny 2 Gloves. We joke, but that's really what he's been all year. So it wasn't a surprise he was going to do that, especially with a small, hand measurement once we got here to the combine.
And Carolina, I will point out, a penchant for quarterbacks with 2 gloves and in need of a quarterback.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.